following a school dormitory inferno that claimed the lives of 2 students. In his judgment, Justice Jairus Nga has tore into evidence by the prosecution, stating that though it's evident that the deaths were as a result of murder, nothing could tie the 14 with the incident. Now, our reporter Ibrahim Karanja followed the proceedings in the court and now joins us live with an update. Karanja, good afternoon. Over to you with the latest.
Well, good afternoon, Grace. It has been 10 years, weeks, months, years of turmoil for the 12 former students and 2 businessmen who are accused in these 2 counts of murder of 2 students that happened back on the 17th of October 2010 at Endarasha Boys High School. 2 students who died, Kennedy Karugo Njuguna and Joseph Mwangi Kamau. They were Form 1 students who died during that Father Wambogo dormitory inferno. This is when 10 years later, the 14 have been acquitted by Nyeri presiding judge, Justice Jairus Nga, who says that there is no evidence that ties all the 14 to these 2 murders. Now, 2 things stood out in this particular case, Grace, because first of all, the judge said that indeed it has been proven beyond reasonable doubt that the deaths of Kennedy and Joseph were as a result of murder. He also said that it has again been proven beyond reasonable doubt that the school fire, the arson that caused the death of the 2 was actually caused by other people, or one person or other persons. But what was not actually proven is whether the 14 were the people who set this particular dome on fire. He says that out of the 17 witnesses that have testified for the prosecution in this particular case, none of them had evidence to say that I actually spotted any of the 14 people in this particular case. Remember, 2 of the 14 were business people. One who I have spoken to right outside the courts in Nyeri said that he didn't even know these students. Remember, this is a case that happened back in 2010, and all the suspects that were arrested were in Form 1 then. So these are students who at around or at teenage started their case in the courts, and it's something that we are following up on. But first, let's start by listening to that judgment that was issued by Justice Jairus Nga.
It cannot be said with any certainty that the inculpatory facts have been established and that such facts are incompatible with the innocence of the accused and incapable of explanation upon any other reasonable hypothesis than that of their guilt. So, in the ultimate, the prosecution case fails, not necessarily because some of the accused may be innocent, but because the investigations were poorly conducted, and therefore it is not possible for this court to pick out the perpetrators of this heinous crime. I come to this conclusion because, apart from the missteps in the investigations that are highlighted in this judgment, it also turned out that at the hearing that at least 2 confessions could have been recorded in the course of investigations. But either out of negligence or sheer ignorance, there will be confessions